This is the Embraer Phenom 300. It has become one of the most demanded options from the Brazilian aerospace manufacturer Embraer, something that is not surprising at all, since this light jet aircraft represents a larger and more powerful evolution of the well-known, popular, and reliable Phenom 100. But is it really as good as it seems? We'll have to find out. Maintaining the design lines, aerodynamics, comfort, and efficiency to which Embraer has accustomed its customers, this executive aircraft obtained its type certifications in December 2009, which led to the official delivery that same month of the first Phenom 300, a unit acquired by the charter company Executive Flight Services. The Embraer Phenom 300 is based on the Phenom 100 because customers wanted the same design in a bigger airframe, something that could travel faster, farther, and be more comfortable. So while they have many similarities, the main and most obvious difference is the size. This aircraft measures 51 feet 4 inches in length, 52 feet 2 inches in wingspan, and 16 feet 9 inches in height. For the construction of the Phenom 300, the designers took the basic cross-section of the Phenom 100 fuselage and modified it by adding an extra 14 inches in length. They also completely redesigned the wings to give this aircraft better aerodynamic performance. The swept wing is not just a design to make the plane sexy, it is actually designed this way for a reason. Using swept wings increases the total length of the Phenom 300's wings. The reason swept wings are longer is because they are angled backward. And with longer wings, the plane will fly smoother, climb better, and operate more efficiently than its straight wing counterparts. The T-shaped tail configuration isn't only ideal because the engines are mounted on the rear of the fuselage, but it certainly looks much cool, well, at least in my opinion. It has a structural life of 28,000 flight cycles, which translates into approximately 35,000 flight hours. The Phenom series boasts 10% more cabin room than the Citation CJ4. The flexible seating configurations comfortably accommodate 6 to 10 passengers with an optional refreshment center and a full lavatory with a sink. In addition, the Phenom 300 has a cabin altitude of 6,600 feet when the airplane is at 45,000 feet, which beats any aircraft in its class. It measures 17 feet 2 inches long, 5 feet 1 inch wide, and 4 feet 11 inches high. Speaking more about the seating configuration, it has 6 fixed seats for passengers, upholstered in ultralight leather with headrest and back support, and 2 seats in the front for the crew. But as it is designed to be flown by a single pilot, the remaining seat can be used by a passenger. The rest of the seats can be adapted according to the needs of the customers, being able to incorporate up to 3 more seats. It has a luggage compartment of 85 cubic feet, located at the rear of the aircraft. The interior is designed by BMW Design Works USA and provides both passengers and pilots a high degree of comfort for aircraft of this category. If you stop for a moment to take a closer look, you will see that it has an innovative oval light-style cabin that was designed to offer a wide and spacious environment, taking special care of the space for the head and shoulders of the passengers, ensuring the highest degree of comfort and satisfaction for the clients at all times. An extra point for those who want to show off and indulge in luxury. Another advantage of the Phenom 300 is that it has 11 windows that ensure plenty of natural light during daytime flights. The Embraer Phenom 300 mounts 2 powerful Pratt & Whitney Canada engines at the rear, specifically the PW535E, which provides 3,360 pounds of thrust each. These medium-thrust turbofan engines were designed specifically for use in commercial aircraft. The twin engines are moderated by Full Authority Digital Electric Control Systems, or FADEC, ensuring efficient power management. The PW535E model has a lightweight, compact, and durable design, so it does not compromise aircraft performance with its weight. Instead, it boosts performance and fuel efficiency. The PW535E is proven to be highly reliable, accumulating more than 1.5 million engine hours, demonstrating that it is capable of meeting and exceeding the expectations of the commercial aviation market. It features a T-stage, which is mounted on the LP shaft behind the fan, thus increasing the overall pressure ratio and core flow, with a top speed of 453 knots. The Phenom 300 presents an impressive performance for aircraft of its category. With its two Pratt & Whitney Canada PW535E turbofan engines, it is capable of achieving a range of up to 1,971 nautical miles in an optimum configuration, or up to 2,010 nautical miles with IFR reserves. It achieves a maximum speed of up to 453 knots and can reach a flight ceiling of up to 45,000 feet. Its fuel consumption is 123 gallons per hour at a speed of 364 knots, or 162 gallons per hour at 431 knots. For takeoff, it needs a runway distance of 3,209 feet, while for landing, it needs 2,212 feet. The Embraer Phenom 300 incorporates the Prodigy Touch avionics based on the Garmin G3000 platform, which is capable of offering exciting flight experiences and single-pilot operation capabilities. With the incorporation of this avionics, approved by both the National Civil Aviation Agency (ANAC) and the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA), Embraer was able to revolutionize the interface and interaction between pilot and aircraft. The Prodigy Flight Deck Touch uses the most advanced technology in an integrated and automated architecture. Designed under the all-black concept, it uses a touchscreen that operates taking into account the human factors of automation so that it can be used effectively by a single pilot. It has three 14.1-inch displays, two of which are configured as main flight monitors, and the remaining one functions as a multifunction monitor. All have the ability to work in split-screen mode to display both functions and information useful to the pilot in the same window. In split-screen mode, it is capable of providing the ability to display navigation charts, flight maps, electronic documents, flight plan information, and synoptic systems, all alongside essential aircraft data. The system also offers a pair of 5.7-inch touchscreen controllers, which serve as the main entry point for the Prodigy Touch system, whose interface also incorporates desktop icons for easy navigation and access to the system's various sections and sensors. It is good to know that they not only think about the comfort of the passengers but also the pilots. Safety and systems awareness under stressful operations are aspects that Embraer has really focused on taking care of, and it shows because they offer continuous improvements in their aircraft, which reduce the pilot's workload and offer a more pleasant flight experience. The aircraft's 4G connection system stands out, and together with its satellite communication system, it allows passengers and crew to stay connected and in constant communication under practically any circumstance. It also incorporates autopilot operation capabilities. The fuselage of the aircraft has an anti-icing system that prevents the formation of ice on the wings or tail of the aircraft, something important to keep in mind to maintain the integrity of the aircraft and passengers. Likewise, the interior of the cabin has a climate control system, thus ensuring a pleasant internal temperature at all times, regardless of external conditions. It also has the Airborne Collision Avoidance System, ACAS-2, which provides traffic alerts and conflict resolution only in the vertical plane to avoid possible collisions with other aircraft. This aircraft has been very well received by consumers since its launch, and this has allowed Embraer to design 3 variants with some added improvements and specific features. Yes, 3! To start with, I'll tell you about the Embraer Phenom 300E. It was launched in the market in 2018. It represents an update of the original version and has a redesign in the interior appearance to give it a more current look. This version also incorporates the Prodigy Touch based on Garmin G3000. For its engines, it incorporates the ground power mode. After how well this model did, the Embraer Phenom 300E 2020 got our eyes, and this upgraded model was announced in January 2020, achieving triple certification from ANAC, EASA, and FAA in March of that year, thus allowing its first delivery in June 2020. In terms of performance, this upgraded version is even faster than its predecessor, becoming the fastest single-pilot jet in production by being able to reach Mach airspeed of 0.8 with a top cruising speed of 464 knots and a 5-occupant range of 2,010 nautical miles with NBAA IFR reserves. This version incorporated additional important technological improvements such as an avionics upgrade with a runway overrun awareness and alerting system, ROAAS. This is also the first technology of its kind developed and certified in business aviation. This model also has 4G connectivity through GoGo Avance L5, incorporates an emergency descent mode, PRF, TOLD, and FAA datacom, as well as predictive wind shear. The Bossa Nova interior design option was available with this version. This aircraft has it all. And finally, we have the Embraer Phenom 300E MED. This version was introduced in August 2020 and represents a modified version for use by health services. This upgrade was equipped with a medical evacuation configuration ready for quick use, as well as the incorporation of other attachments focused on the health area. This also demonstrates Embraer's versatility when it comes to designing its aircraft and adapting them to the needs of its customers. Who wouldn't want one? The price of the aircraft depends on the year of production since, as we have been able to appreciate, the updates presented by the variants of the base model increase its cost. However, in 2009, the Phenom 300 was launched with a price tag of $9.25 million. Today, used models of the first production series can be found with prices ranging from approximately $5 to $6 million. The cost per hour of a charter flight in this aircraft is close to $3,500 per hour, and the annual maintenance of this aircraft, grouping fixed and variable costs with an estimated 200 hours of flight per year, is close to $700,000, of which $140,000 would be for fuel. Now, the Phenom 300 is a very capable aircraft, but are there aircraft in its class that can directly compete with it? The answer is yes, and two of its direct contenders are the Pilatus PC-24 and the Cessna Citation CJ-4. To begin with, we have to take into account the years of release and the prices of each aircraft. On the one hand, we have the Phenom 300, which was launched at the end of 2009 at a cost of $9.2 million per unit. Then came the Cessna Citation CJ-4, which is the most expensive aircraft of the three, with a starting price of $9.41 million and operating since 2011. And finally, we have the Pilatus PC-24, which is the youngest one among the three as it entered service in 2018 with a starting price of $8.9 million. Cabin space is an extremely important aspect for many people, and it is perhaps where one of the three aircraft emerges as a clear winner. The Pilatus PC-24 has 501 cubic feet of cabin space and a 90 cubic foot capacity for baggage storage, while the Phenom 300 has 324 cubic feet of cabin space and an 85 cubic foot baggage compartment. On the other hand, the Cessna CJ-4 has 311 cubic feet of cabin space and 76 cubic feet of available baggage space. As you can see, the Pilatus is not the most economical of the three, but it is also the most spacious, so that is an important plus. And if we talk about the range of each of these birds, the Cessna CJ-4 can reach a range of 1,991 nautical miles and a top speed of 451 knots and requires 3,310 feet to take off. The Phenom 300 can reach 453 knots and has a range of 1,971 nautical miles, requiring 3,209 feet of runway to take off. And finally, the Pilatus PC-24 is capable of a range of 1,950 nautical miles and a speed of 425 knots and requires only 2,690 feet of runway to take off. In general terms, the three aircraft are very evenly matched and have very similar characteristics, so in the end it will be more a matter of taste than anything else, although undoubtedly, in terms of cabin space, the Pilatus PC-24 is emerging as the most outstanding and comfortable. In some ways, the PC-24 doesn't directly compete with the Phenom 300 because it is more of a multi-purpose powerhouse, designed to take you from gravel to grass or even more rudimentary runways. It is built for versatility. According to the designers, the PC-24 doesn't fit into the regular light business jet category, but rather its own new category, the SVJ, or Super Versatile Jet. Pilatus gave it this name because it combines the versatility of a turboprop, the cabin size of a medium jet, and the performance of a light jet. Since its launch, Embraer's Phenom 300 series has been introducing continuous advances and improvements to its aircraft, many of which have been based on customer feedback, demonstrating how important the voice of its consumers is to the company. With the Phenom 300 variants, they have shown the versatility of the aircraft, not only by renewing it with faster and longer range versions, but also by adapting the aircraft's capabilities to develop a model for medical assistance purposes. Thanks to this, since December 2009, the Phenom 300 series has had the highest annual delivery rate with an average of more than 50 units delivered. To date, more than 640 Phenom 300 series aircraft have been delivered. This not only enhances the company's reputation, but also highlights its interest in the continuous innovation of its aircraft and in improving the flight experience, cabin pressurization, and overall capabilities without sacrificing performance or comfort. The Embraer Phenom 300 is a well-rounded product, as evidenced by its solid sales and the fact that it has led sales in the light business jet market for more than a decade, which is an impressive feat. So talking about negative aspects is not an easy task at all. Perhaps one of the aspects that could be considered as negative would be the size inside the cabin, which can be too small at times for very tall passengers. To date, there has been only one fatal accident involving a Phenom 300, which occurred in 2015 in the United Kingdom. The cause was due to human error made by the pilot. This speaks highly of the safety systems and reliability of the aircraft. It is now clear why this aircraft is ranked as one of the most outstanding business jets of all time. Its performance, innovation, and overall performance are not something you see every day in the sky, huh? This is why Embraer's Phenom 300 series has become, according to the data published by the General Aviation Manufacturers Association, GAMA, the world's best-selling light jet aircraft for 10 years in a row. And that's not all. It is the most delivered twin jet of 2021 with 56 units, enviable milestones for any manufacturer. To summarize, all this undoubtedly makes the Phenom 300 a product of high excellence and a clear market leader in its class. In its almost 14 years of operation, this family of aircraft has managed to enter into operation in 39 countries around the world and has accumulated more than 1.5 million flight hours. So far, we have seen many aircraft with impressive capabilities, each one better than the last. But will this be the best of all time? You can support us by joining us using the button next to the subscribe button. Please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel.